Good afternoon, students. Uh, Today I am trying to take some basic frequently asked question about APSC CCE 2023. As we know that the notification is out and the commission has also given the date for prelims examination, that is in March. So we can say that we have only 2 months or max to max 2.5 months if the commission decides to reschedule the date. But again, whether they will reschedule it or not, it is up to the commission, and no such news has arrived as of now. So in that scenario, we need to take that the exam will be held on March. Now let's understand that, as we know that the number of posts are only 235. So this have created a lot of panic among the students that okay, the number of seats are reduced. How can we compete? So what we should do? We should instead shift our observation. Most of the people will see 235, but for a moment let us see that for those 235 posts there will be prelims examination, and in that prelims examination normally 75,000 to 80,000 people will appear, and out of these 75 to 80,000 people only 2,000 people will write mains. Okay, so our focus should be first of all in getting selected in those among 2,000 people. Forget about 235 for a moment. Next, out of those 2,000, only 700 will appear for interview. So next our focus should be on getting in selected among those 700 students, and out of those 700 only 235 will be selected for final interview. So our focus should be in such a manner that first we should focus on 2000, second we should focus on 700, and third we should focus on 235. Okay, now the next question is that there out of 235 only 45 ACS posts are there. So should I appear for the exam or not? Now maybe there is a common tendency among students that okay, the next year the vacancy might rise, but again nobody can say about the exact number of vacancies, and in Assam the unemployment rate is striking up very high. So it's better to take a job irrespective of the designation. If you are well talented or if you want to reappear the exam, then it's okay. If ACS is your dream or your goal, then you can reappear for the exam, but first priority should be getting a job, because after all nobody wants to remain unemployed for a longer duration of time. And if someone has job, then it's a different scenario, but at the moment you should appear for the exam irrespective of what is the number of posts, what is the number of uh, ACS post, APS post, whatever. Now, as most of the people who will be appearing for CCU, some of them will be also appearing for ADRE also. So what you should do is that there is a common confusion that should I study separately for ADRE or not. See, the basic things where in ADRE, the basic things which will be asked in ADRE and the basic thing which will be asked in APSC, most of the syllabus are of same nature. So you don't need to prepare anything extra. What you need to do is just to appear for ADRE exam, and you'll be easily able to crack it even if you have not studied for ADRE specifically. So it will be very easy and cakewalk. Now the next common question is, will 2 months be enough for prelims examination? Yes, 2 months is sufficient for prelims examination provided you have done the basic reading of the subject. Now, when I say basic reading of the subject, mane, you have completed one reading of Lakshmikant, any coaching notes, you have completed one reading of any Assam year book, you have completed one reading of Indian history, NCRT, or whatever you are referring for the subject. Even if one reading is done, then you should definitely appear for the exam, and even 2 months is easy, or 2 months is enough for the prelims examination. People have done it previously also, and people will do it this year also, but the choice is yours whether you want to do it or not, because people will do it irrespective of the post. Now let's understand the approach for the prelims examination. Now the first approach should be prioritize subject. Now when I say prioritize subject, I mean we need to understand that civil service prelims examination, a lot of subjects, questions from lot of subjects are asked. So but reading and remembering all the subjects is not possible. Okay, so if we have a basic analysis of the question paper, we will see that definitely there will be 10 polity questions, and as we know that 30% or 33% of the paper will be Assam specific, so at least 30 to 35 questions out of 100 will come from Assam. Okay, Assam GK, that is history, polity, economics, then we have culture, geography. So these, from this area, 30 to 35 questions will definitely come. And if you fail to prepare this part, then clearing prelims is a big challenge. Next, from Indian history, 10 questions will come. From current affairs, 30 questions will come. And from rest of the subject, that is geography, Indian culture, science and tech, basic science and tech. Then we have GK type, quiz type GK. From here, 20 questions will come. Now, let's observe. So last year, the current cutoff was 74. Is it? And most of the people were lying in the 80 to 85 range. This was the majority, this was the mark where majority of the people were lying. Those who have scored 100 plus last year, 120 last year, they are brilliant. A good command over any of the subject. Okay, so let's understand that even if you complete these 4 areas, you will be still able to clear the cutoff. Okay, so your priority should be first polity, second Assam portion, third Indian history, and fourth current affairs. Even if you do these 4, you will be still able to clear the cutoff. Now rest of the subject, 20 questions will come, because you need to understand that you don't need to score 200 out of 200. Okay, so even you are not able to cover all the subjects, you won't fail. But if you fail to cover the important subjects from where questions, chances of coming questions for prelim are very high, if you don't prepare those parts, then you will definitely fail. So the equation is simple. Don't prepare all the subject, prepare those subjects from where chances of question for prelims is very high. So understand those areas. Okay. Next, manage time. Now the next focus should be manage your time. Now why do you need to manage your time? See, most of the student, what will do in these 2 months, they will start focusing on in-depth understanding. when I say in-depth understanding, I mean to say, for example, let's talk about GDP. Now, people will do PhD on GDP and will spend at least one day studying the whole process of GDP. But if you look at the question paper or any previous year question, you will see that in prelims examination, the nature of question that will be asked from GDP will be nothing but the simple definition. Instead, you should focus not on in-depth understanding, rather focus on wide coverage. Have the basic knowledge of everything, such as definition. For example, in environment, you will have what is ecosystem, what is biomagnification. In polity, you will have what is sovereignty, what is equality, what is justice. In in economy, you will have what is GDP, what is NNP, what is this one GNP. So you need to focus on all those things, but don't do in-depth study. Just understand the topic, just understand or memorize the definition and move forward. Instead, you should focus on wide coverage. For example, let's say which river passes through which district of Assam. Last year they have asked question that which river passes through Sibsagar, which river passes through Golaghat. So these things will be not available in any coaching notes or any books. Instead, it will be available on Wikipedia. So spend your time on that portion. Anyone who is doing full-time study, you will spend 4 or 5 hours in classes, but the return on those 4 to 5 hours is very poor, because question from one part of fundamental rights, it is easy question. If they are asking what is Article 19, you have to know what is Article 19. Simple. No matter how much time you spend on understanding Article 19, it's not it's not beneficial. Instead, focus on covering the wide range. Next, prioritize current affairs. Now current affairs, you need to understand that which current affairs to leave and which current affairs to read. Your first priority should be recently launched schemes, initiative, programs by government of Assam or India. Anything done by the government of Assam or India in the past 1 year should be on your high priority list, because questions coming from this area is very high. This is the first area. Second area is the laws, programs, schemes which are currently implemented by any of the government of Assam or India should be on your second priority list. For example, let's say if there is a last year there was a disease which was this one, Justin Bieber faced a disease of face paralysis, so all the current affair magazine were covering those diseases. But I don't think that is a very relevant thing. Why? Because those diseases are not of public importance. So any current affair which is associated with public importance should be on your third priority list. And on the fourth priority list would be the controversial issues. For example, there is a controversy regarding section 6A of the Citizenship Amendment Act 1955. So you need to understand the background of citizenship, that how citizenships are given, what are the procedure to terminate citizenship, what are the laws made by the government of India to reinforce citizenship, then who are eligible for citizenship under the new act. So you need to understand all those issues. Okay. Next, the next step should be solve PYQs. Why solving PYQs? Because every year you will see 4 to 5 questions directly. They don't even change the word, they directly put it in the question paper. So these 8 to 10 marks are very easy. You don't have to prepare anything specific, you just have to see the question paper and just previous year question and just memorize it. So these are the easy question paper, easy marks. Next, the next is whether to appear for mock test or not. Definitely appearing mock, first of all you need to understand why we need to appear for mock test. So the first purpose of appearing in mock test is to understand whether the things which you have studied from the exam point of view, are those correct, whether I'm moving in the right direction or not. That's the first thing, that these are the things I'm preparing, these are the things which I think that it might come in exam. So are those things relevant? That's the first thing. And the second thing is to check whether you are able to reach the desired cutoff or not, because cutoff will hover around 90 to 95, that's for sure. So whether you are going to reach 90 to 95 or not, you need to check it. Okay. Next, my prediction for this one, APSC CCE 2024, is that difficulty level will be of the same year. There will be no change in difficulties. Neither it will be easy. It might be tough, but definitely it's not going to be easy. And the cutoff last year was 74. So this year, since they will take less students, so it might go up to 90 to 95. So to reach up to this level, you need to increase your knowledge base. And secondly, you need to also apply the elimination tricks, because I tell one thing, that clearing any competitive exam, you need two things: knowledge plus logical tricks. Then only you are able to clear cutoff. At least in any exam you will be able to clear at least with 100 marks. Okay, so this will ensure that your marks shoot up from 75 to 95. So this is my basic understanding of the exam and for the upcoming prelims examination. Now your next job is to try to implement, and if you feel that if you are lagging somewhere, you can just reach me in the comment section. Okay, so till then, thank you.